Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we discuss about the anatomy of the pharynx. The pharynx is an important part of both digestive and respiratory system. In respiratory system, the pharynx acts as a passageway leading from the mouth and nose to the esophagus and larynx. Two small tubes, a eustachian tube, connect middle ear to the pharynx and allow the air pressure on the eardrum to equalize. Pharynx as a part of the digestive system, its muscular wall function in the process of swallowing, and it serves as a pathway for the movement of the food from the mouth to esophagus. As you show in the diagram, the pharynx is further divided into three parts: nasopharynx, oropharynx, and laryngopharynx, which we study later on. The learning objective of our two-day lecture is we discuss about the anatomical position of the pharynx, structure of the pharynx, structure associated with pharynx, subdivision and the border of the pharynx, muscle attachment of the pharynx, function of the pharynx, and blood supply and nerve supply of the pharynx. Pharynx. Another name of the pharynx is the throat. It's the wide funnel-shaped muscular tube 12 to 14 cm in length. It's located posterior to the nasal and oral cavity. The pharynx extends from the base of the skull to the level of C6 cervical vertebra, where it continues with the esophagus. The pharynx at its widest opposite to the hyoid bone and nearest at the junction where it is joined to the esophagus. At the superior end of the pharynx, there is nasal cavity and the mouth, and at the inferior end of the pharynx, there is esophagus and larynx. Structure of the pharyngeal wall. The pharyngeal wall consists of the 5 layers: the outer mucous layer, submucosa layer, pharyngeal basal fascia, aponeurosis layer, pharyngeal muscles. There are the two type of the muscle: 3 constrictor muscle and 3 internal longitudinal muscle: stylopharyngeus muscle, symphyngopharyngeus muscle, platopharyngeus muscle, and the last, the buccopharyngeal fascia, as we show in the diagram. The detail of these muscles are as: the mucous membrane is lined with stratified epithelium. Pharyngeal cavity continues with the mucous membrane, eustachian tube, nasal cavity, mouth, larynx, and esophagus. The nasopharynx is lined with ciliated columnar epithelium. It also contains a large number of mucous glands which secrete the mucus. Pharyngeal aponeurosis or fascia. Pharyngeal aponeurosis or the fascia is situated between the mucous membrane and the muscular layer. The pharyngobasilar fascia attaches the wall of the pharynx to the base of the cranium. It is thick above where the muscular fiber are wanting and firmly connect to the basilar portion of the occipital and the temporal bone. The aponeurosis is the type of the connective tissue which connect the muscles to the bone, bone to the bone, and the muscles to the organ, and bind the muscle to the other tissue. The function of the aponeurosis is important for the muscle movement and posture. The another layer of the pharyngeal wall of the pharynx is muscular cord. There are the two layers: the external constrictor muscle and internal longitudinal muscle. There are the three external layers are superior constrictor muscle, medial constrictor muscle, and inferior constrictor muscle. The internal longitudinal muscles are stylopharyngeus muscle, symphyngopharyngeus muscle, and platopharyngeus muscle. The innermost layer is buccopharyngeal fascia, which is the outer surface of the constrictor muscle and buccurator muscles of the cheek. Structure associated with pharynx. At the superior part of the pharynx, there is the inferior surface of the base of the skull. At the inferior part of the pharynx, it is continuous with the esophagus. In front of the esophagus, there is wall is incomplete because of the opening into the mouth, nose, mouth, and larynx. And the posterior part of the pharynx, there is areolar tissue, inflammatory muscle, and the body of the first cervical vertebra. Division of the pharynx. The pharynx is divided into three parts: nasopharynx, oropharynx, laryngopharynx. Nasopharynx. As you show in the diagram, the area behind the nose is known as, that is in blue color, is known as nasopharynx. The area in green, which is present behind the mouth, is known as oropharynx, and the area which is present along with larynx is known as laryngopharynx. The structure of the nasopharynx. The nasopharynx lies posterior to the nasal cavity, inferior to the sphenoid, and superior to the level of soft palate. It's the passageway for the air. It is lined with pseudostratified glandular epithelium. The nasopharynx is closed during the swallowing and prevents the food from entering into the nasal cavity. The importance of the nasopharynx include the important pharyngeal tonsils or adenoid tonsils are present on the posterior wall of the nasopharynx that produce the lymphoid tissue and act and create the immunities. The two tube eustachian tone open into the lateral wall, that one leading to the each middle ear that help in the detection of sound. As you show in the diagram, the two important eustachian tube which is present in nasopharynx and the adenoid tonsil or the pharyngeal tonsil which is present on the posterior wall of the nasopharynx that produce the antibodies that help in the protection of immunity. Oropharynx. Oropharynx extends inferior from the level of the soft palate to the epiglottic. It open to the oral cavity via an archway is known as fussis. As you show in the diagram, the oropharynx open into the oral cavity via an arch is known as fussis. The oropharynx acts as a passageway for both food and air. It is lined with stratified squamous epithelium. The importance of the oropharynx include the palatine tonsil is lie on the lateral wall of the fussis, and the lingual tonsils cover the base of the tongue. During the swallowing, the oral and the nasal part of the pharynx are separated by the soft palate and the vulva. As we show in the diagram, the part of the oropharynx include palatine tonsils and the lingual tonsils. The oropharynx open in oral cavity through an arch is known as fussis. Laryngopharynx. The laryngopharynx extends from the superior border of the epiglottis and the pharyngeal epiglottic fold to the inferior border of the cricoid cartilage, which is the part of the larynx. The laryngopharynx also serves as a pathway both for the food and air. It extends from the superior border of the epiglottis to the level of 3 to 6 cervical vertebrae. The border of the laryngopharynx include its posteriorly lies the body of the C3 to C6 cervical vertebra. The middle and the inferior wall of the laryngopharynx is formed by constrictor muscle of the pharynx and the longitudinal muscle of platopharyngeus muscle, stylopharyngeus muscle. There is a depression in the laryngopharynx is known as the pyriform recess, which is separated from the other part of the laryngopharynx through a airy epiglottic fold. As you show in the diagram, the laryngopharynx include a small depression is known as the pyriform recess, which is separated from the epiglottis through the airy epiglottic fold. So the overall structure of the pharynx, its outer is the mucous membrane lining, which is lined with slated glandular epithelium in nasopharynx and with First stative a squamous epithelium in oropharynx and laryngopharynx, which is continuous with the mouth and esophagus. The middle fibrous tissue, which is the thicker in nasopharynx, where the little muscles are present, and become thinner towards the lower end, where the muscular layer are thick. The innermost layer is influently smooth constructor muscle that role in the mechanism of swelling. Then the muscles of the pharynx. As we already told you about, the muscles of the pharynx present in two layers: outer circular muscle and internal longitudinal muscle. The outer constructor muscles include superior constructor muscle, medial constructor muscle, and inferior constructor muscles. These muscles are responsible for constructing the pharynx during the swallowing. These muscles are supplied by pharyngeal branch of the vagus, from the vagus and the pharyngeal plexus. As you show in the diagram, outer constructor muscle of the pharynx. Internal longitudinal muscle. Internal longitudinal muscles are 3 in number. These muscles are responsible for elevating and shorten and widen the pharynx during the swallowing and speaking. The palatopharyngeus muscle and sphingopharyngeus muscle of pharynx is supplied by 10th cranial nerve and pharyngeal plexus, while the stylopharyngeus muscle is supplied by 9th cranial nerve, which is the facial nerve. The anatomical location of the longitudinal and the constructor muscles of the pharynx include superior constructor muscle, medial constructor muscle, and inferior constructor muscle. The longitudinal muscle are stylopharyngeus muscles, sphingopharyngeus muscle, and palatopharyngeus muscle. Function of the pharynx. The first most important function of the pharynx include for the passageway of air and food. The pharynx is an organ involved in both the respiratory and digestive system. Air passes through the nasal and oral section, and food through the oral and the laryngeal section of the pharynx. Second important function of the pharynx include warming and humidifying of air. By the same method as in the nose, the air is further warmed and moistened as it passes through the pharynx. Third important function of the pharynx include hearing. As we already told you about, the two eustachian tubes open in the pharynx allow the air to enter in the middle ear. The satisfactory hearing depends upon the presence of the ear at the atmospheric pressure on each side of the tympanic membrane. The fourth important function of the pharynx includes protection. In anatomical structure of the pharynx, I told you about the different type of the lingual tissues, adenoid tissues, lymphoid tissues are present on the wall of the pharynx. So these lymphatic tissue of the pharyngeal and the laryngeal tonsil produce the antibodies in response to the antigens. The fifth important function of the pharynx includes speech. The pharynx functions in the speech by acting as a resonating chamber for the sound ascending from the larynx. It helps to give the voice its individual that provide the individual characteristics. Taste. The olfactory nerve endings are present in the epithelium of the oral and the pharyngeal part of the pharynx, which help for the detection of the taste. The blood supply of the pharynx include the arterial supply by the facial artery and the venous supply into facial and internal jugular vein. The nerve supply to the pharynx include pharyngeal plexus, which is the pharyngeal plexus formed by parasympathetic and sympathetic nerve. Parasympathetic is by the vagus and the glossopharyngeal nerve, and the sympathetic supply through the superior cervical ganglion. This is all about the anatomical positions, functions of the pharynx. For any query, contact at this number. Thank you.